Abigail? Abigail?
What's up, yo? I've been waiting all week to get back and see what Hannibal is cooking for us. What the show is preparing for us. What the show is got for us today. Not Hannibal himself cooking, but like what the show is. Let's start the video, man. Thank you for watching. Let's get into it.
Yeah. I asked you to get close to the Hobbs thing. I need to know you didn't get too close.
He sent me into a dark place. I brought something back.
Oh yeah.
Just a second. Dad, it's for you.
I hope Abigail is not a suspect. Or not involved, I should say. Okay, we're focusing on them before. Please no. Please let it just be regular hunting. And nothing to do with freaking humans. Oh, she missed. While it's moving? She get it? Yeah, that weighed heavy on her for sure. This is the cabin.
She was so pretty. I heard they're like the equivalent of a 4-year-old human being. They care about each other.
Yeah.
They tread lightly through the underbrush because they don't want to hurt the plants.
Our leg bones we can carve into knives. Just like we talked about.
She's clearly not comfortable with this, but... And everything he's saying about the animal, I'm just imagining the same thing he's saying about the freaking people he did.
Damage the organs. You ruin the meat.
I don't know how I'm going to feel about eating her after all this.
Hello?
Murder.
Your dad is freaky. Jesus. So he ate them too. Okay, because from what he said, I'm assuming he ate them as well. That's why in episode 1, like there was that whole thing with Will saying he didn't eat the lung because it wasn't, it was cancerous, I believe. Bad meat. Wow. That's human hair, no? She is freaking out. Jesus. That transition was wicked. Like her hands going through the fur, turning into hair. I'm hoping she didn't get into the human part, because look at the doggos. God damn, Will, put some pants on.
Didn't hear you drive up?
Hybrid. Great car for stalking.
True. It was gonna happen. Yeah. Relax first before you jump back in, Will.
Is he gonna keep calling?
Be helpful to you as a buffer?
I like you as a buffer.
And I take advantage of that.
Of course.
Abigail Hobbs doesn't have anyone.
That's a good point.
Find another way to say it.
Say it the insulting way.
Dogs keep a promise a person can't. True about what happened. It can't be anyone who was there when it happened. Let me reach out to her my own way.
Yes, please. I like that she's in his corner, honestly. She's good vibes. A nice buffer.
Not medicine. I'm a psychiatrist.
Mm.
Among other things, family trauma.
Mm.
I asked the nurses if my parents were dead, and they wouldn't tell me that I had to wait for you.
Yeah.
Who buried them?
They haven't been buried.
Mm.
Per the instructions in her living will.
And your dad?
The nurses said you didn't remember.
I remember, I just didn't want to talk to them about it.
Oh, what he did to her.
What are all those?
I brought you some clothes.
Damn. Feels like she's so ready to like keep it moving. Like keep it pushing. I doubt she's even cried or anything. Golly. Well, people grieve in different ways, I guess, or at different times.
What are all those?
I brought you some clothes.
Hmm.
I'll bring it back. And I brought you some music too.
Hmm.
Probably says something about you.
Probably does.
Hmm.
Person who knows the truth.
You can't ask her right now, Jack.
Mm-hmm.
To create a safe place for her first, or you won't get any answer.
Exactly.
Father, maybe she knows who did.
Dog.
When you saw her,
Surprisingly practical.
Exactly.
it may simply be a trauma.
Yeah. Could also be more.
Hmm.
Prove she had them.
You beginning to appreciate my lack of sympathy?
What I'm questioning is her state of mind.
I want Will Graham.
No. Dude.
Will Graham, psychiatrist, Dr. Bloom. Dr. Lecter is.
The devil himself.
Wanted us to know he wasn't the Minnesota Shrike.
Mm-hmm.
He is better than that.
Copycat. I'm not sure if Hannibal was the one who did it or not. Probably.
.com. He had intimate knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Did he engage him? Did he ingratiate himself?
God.
Know his copycat as he was known?
See, he's even amazed at, and I mean, we've talked over and over about how, like, I feel for Hannibal, like, Will is like his sandbox where he can play, find things to excite him, probably find some things to learn. It's kind of like giving someone a puzzle and watching amazement to see how they solve the puzzle, you know, with this sense of maybe arrogance in a little bit that they will never find you or they'll never know it's you. And of course, knowing that this was a younger Hannibal and they probably would never get him, at least in this show, but look how amazed he is at all the questions Will is asking. Like, he's really fascinated by Will's brain.
As he was known?
Was he the partner? Well, no. Look at that smile. It's almost like, I'm proud of you, kid.
A nurse or a psychiatrist?
I'm a journalist.
Oh my God, she's back.
Know this, I will never lie to you.
Sounds like something a liar would say.
She's not stupid. Exactly.
How about you tell me what you know?
He killed 8 girls. 8 girls that looked.
Just like me.
He was very sick.
Does that mean I'm sick too?
Perception is the most important thing in your life right now.
I don't care what anybody thinks.
For real.
Let me help you.
Gosh. Don't tell her nothing.
He catches insane men because he can think like them.
Yeah, get the frick out.
Do you excuse us, please?
Did Hannibal put her up to this?
I really must insist you leave the room.
If you want to talk.
Yeah, she just planted a lot of doubts in her head right there. I would say though, from Abigail's like body reaction, and like facial reaction to a lot of the things she heard, it almost seemed like it was the first time she was hearing it. But then again, she's not a stupid girl. Like, she's very smart. She's very like cunning herself. So could it be an act as well? But I'm going with my gut and just saying that all the things she heard was like first time.
This is Dr. Lecter. Do you remember us?
I remember you.
You
You killed my dad.
Yep. That seed has been planted.
Why don't we have a walk?
I'm sure she would like that.
I know. I saw him kill her.
Mm.
He was gonna make it all go away.
Wow.
Plenty wrong with your father, Abigail, but there's nothing wrong with you.
Mm.
Hey, he was loving, I believe it. It's what you brought out in him.
Mm.
Aren't I? I'm worried about nightmares.
Mm.
Bothers me a lot. I worry about nightmares too.
Mm.
So killing somebody, even if you have to do it, it feels that bad.
This goes back to that conversation last episode. Was that a lie, Will?
Look, you and I may have our own reasons for being here.
Okay.
You told her I was insane.
I can undo that.
Online ad sales?
I can undo what I said.
What does that mean?
First.
Miss Lowndes
A threat?
thinks about killing people for a living.
A threat back.
Off a guy who thinks about killing people for a living.
Mm.
And you let those words come out of his mouth.
I trust Will to speak for himself.
So Abigail Hobbs wants to go home.
Yes.
That could just mean she has a dissociative disorder.
You take her home, she may experience intense emotions
Mm-hmm.
without even realizing it.
Where do you weigh in on this, Doctor?
Whenever they ask Hannibal for his opinion, obviously the meta part for us watching is we know his opinions are often gonna lean towards his own preferences or the outcome he wants to see, or however he's choosing for the dominoes to fall. And it's like, please listen to Dr. Bloom. She's legitly the only one who cares about Abigail's mental state without ulterior motives, in my opinion. So, because Will is kind of lost in the sauce, like low key, but for the most part, I think he cares for her. Hannibal as well. Last episode, when he said he feel a great amount of responsibility for her, I kind of believed that too. But I think they're all like a couple of steps below how much Dr. Bloom like actually cares for her and her well-being and her getting past this traumatic event. But these three men right here,
We have a difference of opinion, therefore I'm going to choose the opinion that best serves my agenda.
he was honest about it. Man,
Thanks again for meeting with me.
who's this?
There must be some small comfort knowing that justice was served.
My sister was impaled on a severed stag head, cut down the middle.
God,
But you have to try not to remember her that way.
What do you want from me?
there's always something she wants. This woman is a menace. You don't know what that man is gonna do. And my question is she still working for Hannibal? Wow. And this is why she shouldn't have gone back home. What do you think that's gonna do to her mental? Brother.
Taken to the hospital before they finish the crime scene.
Interesting. I never knew that. Yeah, I don't think she was unaccomplished. I don't think so. And that's the part I'm feeling, because like obviously this show is gonna have a bunch of plot twists and this, that, and the third. But the reason why I say like I believe her right now that like she's innocent and everything, but kind of like the conversation she had with Will at the beginning where she said, my dad was loving until he wasn't, you know? It's just this idea that like a character can be one thing right now until that moment when they're not, you know? But I'm with her, just my gut feeling and everything we have seen from her, like her reactions to things when she hear them, how like there's just some things, I was gonna say there's just some things people can't fake. either like breathing heavy or how their face contort when they hear something or a lot of things, but I'm buying her story.
Oh, where? A hospital?
Mm.
You do this a lot? Go places and think about killing?
Too often.
The honesty.
People like your dad.
What did it feel like?
Wow, they're talking about it.
I'm talking to his shadow suspended on dust.
No wonder you have nightmares.
She's so casual about things too, and I'm guessing that's a result of the trauma, but this show is so great. Anytime they say something, the camera always tilts to Hannibal's face, and Matt Mickelson, his reactions are always either confirmation or intrigued or surprised or excited, because all those questions and all those things they're talking about like interest him. Freaking love it. God.
I'd never heard it before.
Is there anybody new in your
Someone who's still out there?
Oh boy.
Can you catch somebody's crazy? Folie à deux.
The Joker.
It's ordinary by others in that person's culture or subculture.
True.
He was a perfectionist.
Mm-hmm.
You be my mom, and you be the man on the phone.
Hello?
Whatever bones are left of those girls are probably holding pipes together.
Wow.
Where did he make this putty?
The cabin.
Hey, Abigail.
A friend?
No! My mom doesn't want me talking to you, much less the news. Clearly I don't. I'm talking to you right now.
True.
Everybody thinks you did it, you know?
Did what?
Do you think I did it? I don't think you're the type. Although I guess the hunting could have been a clue.
Are they being watched?
I don't think you did it.
Oh my god. I want to know if Hannibal had anything to do with her. Because ever since episode 2 and Hannibal told her, "You've been naughty, how are you going to pay for this?" And then she printed that piece about him. I'm like, is this him playing a hand in just mucking up? Gosh, I know all these questions will be answered soon enough. Because I assume she's still working for Hannibal, the reporter chick.
Come home. Can you stop being such a bitch?
Hello?
He's gone.
Long gone.
We should report this, yes?
I missed something.
We should report this, yes?
This dude covered up the bloody stone. I think, yeah. This man should not be doing anything like this. Anything. You're gonna crack open, Will. What kind of life is this? And I blame Jack, honestly.
I guess he was just afraid of getting caught.
Mm-hmm.
He sold the pelts on eBay or in town.
Wow.
No parts went to waste. Otherwise, it was murder.
In his mind, yeah.
He was feeding them to us. Wasn't he?
Jesus.
Very likely.
The fact that he's the one who said it is crazy.
You're not responsible for anything your father did, Abigail.
Thank you.
None of those other girls would be dead.
No, baby, no. No. Is this real? This is not possible. Another? I think Hannibal did that. Because the way he looked at Marissa, that's her friend. The way he looked at her after she called her mama, I don't know what to think with this show anymore, man. Y'all just come for the ride with me, man. Cause I was gonna make a comment on that, the way he looked at her, but I'm like, let me just keep watching. That was her. It has to be Hannibal. It has to be. At this point, I'm like 90% sure he's the copycat, just based on all the interest he showed in Will, like dissecting if the copycat, if the antler murder was a copycat or not. And obviously, who else was there with them when they met Marissa and talked to her? Yeah, it is him. I'm not even guessing anymore. If later on I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Don't let me know in the comments, but he got to be the copycat. Is he just trying to break Will's head? Morpheus, you're not doing a great job, man.
Her dad take his sister's lungs while she was alive.
The copycat.
I know.
Cause he did it.
Never struck his victims. Why would the copycat do
I
it?
think he was provoked.
Well, do you think that Abigail Hobbs knew Nicholas or Cassie Boyle?
Dog.
You don't think she knew them?
So Hannibal is trying to pin it on the brother that came to the house.
Well, do you think that Abigail Hobbs knew Nicholas or Cassie Boyle? Manipulation. Is she manipulating you, Will?
Agent Crawford.
You're pushing.
Design the same. Humiliation.
But she could be the target of one.
Security. It's like every scene, you're almost like giving Hannibal everything he wants. Like on a platter, like here. God, this dude, man, this show. Dr. Bloom was right. Keep her away from all this. The mother. Look at Hannibal comforting her when he's probably the one who killed her daughter. Abigail is not gonna remain the same ever. Oh my God.
Have you seen a young man, mid-20s, ginger hair, unwashed?
Unwashed. So he knows her game. So that means he didn't send her? Like, how much more can she take? And she's being watched right now. What are you doing, girl? What are you doing?
I just need you to listen to me.
Their hair in the pillow? This complicates everything. What the hell?
Abigail? Abigail?
She'll be all right. Abigail, show me what happened.
I don't even have words. This last 5 minutes was just...
Then they'll see you as an accessory to the crimes of your father.
What are you doing, man?
I can help you.
There you go. Is this man looking for an apprentice? Is this man looking for an apprentice? Because you helping her hide the body is essentially putting her in the role that people are assuming she did with her dad, being an accomplice to his crimes, or like being in cahoots with her dad. So what you're gonna do right now is like in cahoots with her. And I don't believe what he said about like they're gonna turn it on her. Well, let me think. Because first, he's on their private land. He's trespassing. She was with a knife. She stabbed him. But with what Hannibal said, it looks like she butchered him. So I'm not sure if she went in a couple more times or just... He did pin her to the wall. That was self-defense. Because she was trying to run. He grabbed her, pinned her to the wall. So I think he's just lying here and manipulating her. So much happened at once. Her cutting into the pillows and seeing their hairs. What do you guys got me watching, yo? Like, it's so good, but so disturbing. Should have left her at the hospital. This is what I'm saying. All the dominoes are falling in his favor, one way or the other.
Maybe a blur out of the corner of my eye and a big fat cut to black.
Hannibal knocked you out.
He got away?
We'll catch him one way or another.
Oh, was it tissue from the rock? That is like Nicholas. He set the whole thing up so quickly. Like, okay, that does prove that he's a copycat, even though I didn't need more proof. Because when he killed the girl, he used probably some of the tissues from some of Nicholas' tissue that was on the rock that was thrown at his face. So that implicates him as a copycat killer. Yes? So that means Hannibal was thinking like 5 steps ahead. This man.
Big fat cut to black.
Well, Nicholas Boyle attacked Abigail.
Will is onto something.
He got away?
We'll catch him one way or another.
Never. This got so complicated.
Hello, Abigail.
Where is she?
Hospital calls. You climbed over the wall. Where else were you to go? Home's no longer an option. Come down from there.
When he said he felt a great responsibility for her, what is she gonna be, his surrogate daughter or?
Murder, isn't it?
Most would argue self-defense.
It is self-defense.
There would still be those who would say you were taking after your father.
I see that part, but
You talked to my dad before. What did you say to him?
smart girl.
Ascertaining if he was home for an interview.
Liar.
Just like my dad.
Smart girl.
I'm nothing like your dad.
He didn't even deny it. She is smart. Like using all your context clues and evidence like to good use. And now it's coming to me that that's probably what he finds fascinating about her as well, not just Will. Is this man trying to raise an army or something?
I'm nothing like your dad. I made a mistake.
And I'll keep yours.
Wow.
Abigail.
Done. The bond has been created. The bond has been created. God. And the f***ed up part about this is that like everything that have transpired in the last 10 minutes of this show has solidified to her in her mind that she's just like her dad. All the doubts she was talking about, am I messed up? Am I gonna be like him? Am I like him already? Is like everything she has done and the almost weird positive reinforcement that Hannibal has given to her has confirmed that to her, even though it's false. But it's like he's kind of constructed it as a reality to her. The moment they said they'll both keep each other's secret is a wrap. Like that bond has been made. Be it manipulative, be it genuine agreements, like that bond has been made between both of them. Diabolical, this show. I am glad that I said it last episode, but I'm glad that like it looks like throughout the season we're gonna stick with the main case with some other cases thrown in there that like weave perfectly with the overall arc of the story. Obviously following Abigail from the episode and Hobbs. God, this was amazing, guys. Please, I know I asked a lot of questions. Always think of those questions as rhetorical. Please do not spoil anything. Somebody said last episode how like, let me not mention that. I don't want to call anybody out, but I love this. Let me hear your thoughts on this episode in the comments. I appreciate you guys. This show is messed up, but it is so freaking good. And I heard this show got canceled after the 2nd season. I can't even fathom why that would happen, but let's wait till we get there. Wow. Hannibal, like everything he's been doing since have been like calculated and like away from our eyes. But seeing him in this episode in full form, freaking knocking the doctor out, offering his plan to Abigail, how they explained how God, it's like he's freaking brilliant. And that makes me so mad, because that's why he got away with so much things that he did. No matter how careful Hobbs was, Abigail's dad, is like Hannibal is like times 500 more careful and more smart and more intelligent and all these things. See y'all next time, man. Peace.